Okay, guys, it is that time. That time has come. That time that I had been dreading since the beginning of this build. And it is here now, and we have to deal with it, guys. It is time to start messing with these tracks, this monotonous process of building these tracks. Each track consists of 46 pieces of track that we need to assemble times two, because we got the other side to do also. Here we are, guys, step 29. Guys, welcome back to Models and Beer, and here we are, part 17 of our Trumpeter 1/16 scale King Tiger build. And yeah, we're finally here, guys. The road wheels, I do have those. We did those on the very first video of this build, guys. If you go back to video 1, that is what we constructed, was these road wheels. After we built those, we stuck them back in their bags and we put them away, and we haven't seen them since, right? It's time to break those guys out and get some business going here. On part 29, guys, we are going to be putting our road wheels onto our hull. We're going to be building our tracks, like I said, times two. We got one for each side that we need to construct. And we need to make some decisions here, guys. We need to start thinking about how we're going to paint this thing. The hull here, we need to paint this prior to putting the track on, right? So we don't want to get our paint all over our track, because that's going to be a totally different color. So yeah, whatever we do here on this hull is what we're going to continue around the whole rest of this build, as far as exterior, bodywork goes on this King Tiger. And so after some thought, guys, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the box art. Let me throw it up here for you. It's a basic camo job, but it looks like something that I can probably tackle, and I can probably pull that off. It just looks like, some basic airbrush work, and I think we can construct that. We're also going to be painting our road wheels in that same camo. And this piece here, guys, this is what we built in the last video, part 28, is our rear panel. And this is going to be the exposed panel. This is what we're going to see in the final build on the back of our King Tiger. So we're going to need to paint this the same color as that hull, and what's going to be carried up on top onto the turret and everything else. We're going to do a little bit of weathering on this. I'm going to do all that prior to gluing this onto the King Tiger, onto the hull. I think it's going to be easier to work with leaving it flat like this, when we can able to get in here and do some detail work. We're going to rust it up a little bit. We're going to make it a little bit dirty. And then we're going to go ahead and install that onto the hull after it's painted. So there we go. Here's our tracks, guys. I already got those out of their bags and ready for assembly. Trumpeter did us a huge favor. They did not put these on a sprue. They were separated inside of a bag. So Trumpeter, thank you. They did most of the hard work, and that's cutting all these guys out, and not really any cleanup that needs to be done. They look really, really nice. And these tracks consist of two pieces and some pins, and they will only go one way, so that makes it easy. See, I won't go this way here. We need to flip it around, and there it fits that way. And then we got a pin that goes in on each side, so that this is able to articulate and move. And we got 46 of these on each side to complete the tracks. And then here is our pins that lock our tracks together. Okay, so yeah, we won't do all of these on camera. We'll do a few together so you can see how these actually, go together and how they build up. And then I'll do the rest off camera. We can do that while our paint job is drying. We'll go ahead and paint our King Tiger, and then we'll go to the tracks as that stuff is drying. And then once it's all dry and we got our tracks built, we can go ahead and put those onto the hull. And that's going to complete step 29. Of our build. So yeah, guys, we are moving along. Actually, there's another part I've been avoiding, not avoiding, I haven't got to it yet. I'm going to say that I'm not looking forwards, and that's doing the shells, the ammo shells, and those are going to be coming up here in the next couple of pages. Here they are right here, actually, and there's a mess of these to build. We got to make 44 of these, and we got to make 8 of these, 16 of these. And I think this is probably going to be worse than doing the tracks, right? That's a lot of damn shells. And yeah, but you can see how they're going to be going together here. But that's still a couple of pages away. So we're not going to concern ourselves with that at this point. We'll deal with that as we turn the page and get to it. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and dive headfirst into this. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. We got plenty to do, and hopefully at the end of this video, we will have step 29 completed. The hull will be, it's painted. Its final color. We'll have our road wheels on. Those will be painted and camouflage painted. And we'll have our tracks completed and painted and assembled onto our hull. Okay, guys, really quick, I just want to show you the paints that I will be using for the paint job on our King Tiger. I'm going to show you now because in the video I'm probably going to forget to mention what it is. I ordered this set off of eBay. I paid about $25 for it. It is a Vallejo set, and it is the Panzer colors. The kit number is 70108 in the event that you're wanting to duplicate this on your build. This is the kit that I chose, and like I said, I got this off of eBay. Wide variety of colors, and I'm seeing several here that I want to use for my camo job on our King Tiger. So this is going to be a perfect kit for doing that, right? So I got that hull out right now. I got it masked, and I'm going to take it out for primer, and then we're going to bring it back. We're going to put it on the bench, and then we'll start doing some painting. Okay. While the paint is drying, once again, we'll start doing some track assembly. We won't build the entire track on camera, but we can do a few together so you can see how it works and how it, how that goes together. And then we'll wrap those tracks onto our road wheels on the hull, and that'll complete part 17 of our Trumpeter King Tiger build. So let me go ahead and grab that hull. Let me get it back here to the bench. Let's break out that airbrush, and let's do some painting. We'll be right back, guys. Okay, I think for the base, we're going to use this dark yellow. Let's see what this looks like. It's hard to tell through the bottle, but we're going to do a little bit on here and see what it looks like. And if it's the color that we're looking for, we'll move forward with it. Otherwise, we're going to change it. So let's see what this looks like. All right, guys, here we go. We got it all painted in that yellow. And here is our rear panel. And there's our hull. I'm not going to touch it a whole lot because it is still wet. And now we're going to get into some camo work. I'm not concerned about the camo work on the bottom of this hull, guys. I don't think I'm going to even mess with that. I'm going to dirty it up and scrape it up, and you know, we're going to make it look weathered, but we're not going to actually do any camo work on the bottom of this hull. However, we will be doing it in through here and on the road wheels itself, and this rear panel. We'll be doing some camo on that too. So let's give this a few moments to set up, and I'll choose my next color. I think we'll go with a, let's go with this chocolate brown and see what that looks like. I'm making up it as I go, guys. I don't have a plan here. I'm just letting the creative juices flow. So let's try some of this chocolate brown. Let's put some of that on here and see how that looks. Okay, so let me give this a few minutes to dry, and it'll be instant for you guys, but I'm going to let it sit a few moments. We'll mix up this chocolate brown and let's apply some of this, see what it looks like. Alright, now we're going to go into some refractive green. So we'll see what this looks like on it. I'm going to wait to put the road wheels on before I do the camo on those. Right now I'm just concentrating on the hull and this back panel. And then once we get the wheels on there, then I'll go ahead and hit those with the same colors that we're hitting this hull with. So let's see what this refractive green looks like. All right, guys, so I think it's coming together. After some thought and after looking things over here, I think this one might be a little bit too busy. I'm going to go back with the, what was that color? That dark yellow that we originally started with, and I'm going to try to get in here and remove some of this camo. I think I got just a little bit carried away on that. That's a little bit too much. I am happy with the hull. That came out really good. I'm really super happy about that. So let me go ahead and mix up some dark yellow. Let me see if I can tone this down just a little bit. Not much, but I think it's just a little bit too busy. So yeah, let me go ahead and shoot this back with some dark yellow and try to tone that down a little bit, okay? All right, I think that looks a little bit better. Not quite as busy as it was. Plus, we're going to be weathering this up a little bit too, guys. We're going to be adding some chipping and a little bit of rust here and there. So, yeah, that's why I didn't want it too busy. That was, I think I went a little overboard with it, but we fixed it. It looks better now. And here is our hull. I am super happy about that. That came out nice. Take a quick run around. Like I said, I did not camo the bottom, guys. I don't think in real life they even camoed the bottom. What would be the reason for camoing the underside, right? But we'll weather it up. Lips don't fail me now. We'll weather it up again, put some chipping and stuff on there like that. So yeah, there we go. So now, guys, we got to get these road wheels on. Let's get the road wheels on, and then we'll go ahead and we can hit the camo on the road wheels. We do have those painted. They are all painted, but they have not got the shot of camo yet. So let's go ahead and get these installed, and then we can hit the camo on this, and then we'll start work on those tracks. Okay, so these are road wheels number 2, and they go on every other one of these arms here. I had to go all the way to the beginning of the instruction book to get back to this part. There you go. Or actually, I don't think that one goes there. I think that one, hang on here. There it goes. I don't know, it goes like this. I was looking at the wrong end. was starting from the back where it goes to the front. Glad I caught that. There we go. There we go. And then the other side gets the same treatment. And then we'll get into the monotonous task of putting all those tracks together. I just hope they're all there. That's my concern at this point, is that we're not missing anything, especially those pins, those metal pins that come with it. Hopefully they gave us a few extra, just, you know, in the event that we should lose one or two, which I don't anticipate that being a problem, but it's nice to know you have a couple extra, even though, you know, maybe their count is off a little bit. All right, cool, there's those guys. Now these go on to this side here. I wonder if I should camo these before I put these on, because they're going to be covering those. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Let's go ahead and hit these with the... I'll get this all the way on there. Those little boogers are tight. Well, I got paint on there too, and I think that's probably part of the reason that they're fitting so tight. There we go. Make sure I got these guys seated properly too. Now they can go a little further. It's going to be important that they're lined up right, because that track needs to roll over top of them. So those look good there. Okay. This one looks like it goes a little bit further. There it goes. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Well, I don't know if those would really be on, if those would be in the way. We can roll them, right? Yeah, we can just roll those. Yeah, we're good. Let me go ahead and seat these in here. And then we can just roll them. To paint them. We'll make it work. I just don't want to have to keep dirtying the airbrush and cleaning it dirty, and, you know, for each step. It's starting to look like something now, isn't it? Heck yeah. And I wasn't too concerned about these edges when we went to painting that, simply because they're going to have the track around them, and there's going to be wear and tear in real life, so they're not going to hold the paint. And nothing's glued here, guys, so in the event that these aren't in their a neutral position that they need to be in for the tracks, we can still go back and work with them. Okay. I think I'm missing one on this side here. Yep, this guy right here. There we go. Check it out, guys. Let me back this camera a little bit where we can see this a little bit better. There we go. Hell yeah, it's looking good. The camo's good. I like the camo. That's freaking awesome. The wheels are on. Hell yeah. Alright, so now we can run through all these colors again that we put onto the hull, and we'll splash a little bit here and there on these road wheels. That dark yellow that I used for the base coat that you've seen, it used almost an entire bottle of paint. There's so much area here to cover, including the wheels, that this is pretty much empty. So now I need to order a couple more bottles of this, because as we start putting the shell on, you know, as we progress further into the build, I'm going to need more of this to cover all that up, and it's a lot more area, I think, than what we're looking at here. So yeah, I'm going to grab me a couple bottles of this, and that way I have it on hand so when we're ready to go with that. So, okay, we need 3 colors, the same colors we put here. Let's splash a little bit on these road wheels. All right, I'm going to call that finished. I think that came out quite well. I am happy with it. I went into it with no plan, guys, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do. I just kind of winged it. I didn't, have any idea of how the camo was going to be laid out, but I'm happy with it. It came out good for a guy who's never really done it before. But yeah, there we go. So let me go ahead and get all this masking off, and let's take a final look at it. I'll throw up a few photographs too, so maybe we can get a better idea of what it looks like rather than through this camera here. And we went back and forth a few times, right? I think I overdid it to start with on this rear panel. So I went back over it with that original dark yellow that we used as a base color to hide some of that camo that we went a little heavy on. And I think that kind of made it we're in a neutral place now. I'm happy with that. So we will be weathering this up, guys. We're going to chip it up a little bit. We're going to spray some flat black up around these stacks here for where the smoke had been coming out. So we're not done with this yet, and then we'll get this installed onto that hull. And those tracks, guys, we got to get those tracks done. It's that time. So let me go ahead and get this unmasked. Let's throw up a couple pictures, and then we'll get started on those tracks. Okay. All right, I think we're going to end this one here. We're well over 30 minutes into this video. I was hoping to get the tracks on in this video, but let's make it a part 2. We'll make this part 1, and then part 2 of this build. So actually the tracks are on part 30. So we did complete step 29, okay? But I do have the track assembly started. I just need to finish that video and do some editing. So hopefully I'll have that up later on tonight, or definitely by tomorrow. And then we'll have all that completed, and we'll turn the page and move forward from there. So let's just take a quick look around, guys, at some of our camo work here. And I'll tell you something a little bit funny. I was looking at this earlier, this camo work, and admiring it, and I'm looking, and these axles are sticking way out here, and I was like, that's kind of odd. And I was wondering if I had maybe put the road wheels on wrong, and that's why those were sticking out. Turns out that there are some caps that go onto that, and let me show you that if I can find it in a quick enough means here. And there they are right there. And those are the caps that cover those axles sticking out. And the crazy thing is, I wish I would have caught that, because I could have painted those along with the road wheels, because these need to be painted that camo also. So now I'm going to need to glue those on and remix up my camo paint and paint those along. So it is what it is, no big deal. But I'm going to wait, like, again, until the next time I get that airbrush dirty. I'm not just going to get in here and do it just for that. And we'll wait till we get the next big airbrush project out, and we can take care of it at that time. Okay. All right, guys, so that's going to finish part 1 of our Trumpeter 116 King Tiger build, step 17. And I think that came out well. I've never done a camo job before. I'm sure it could be done better by somebody with a little bit more experience. But what it is, I am happy with that. So, all right, guys, let me leave you with that, and watch for the next video. Like I said, I got the track build that we're going to be doing. That should be coming up here, and then hopefully by this evening I'll have that done and up. So, all right, guys, appreciate you following along, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.